The Daytona 500 field just got a lot bigger, and for the first time ever, Junior Motorsports is entering the big race. Before we get into it, of course, if you haven't already, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content. Comment down below your thoughts on today's episode. We got one story to talk about. It's a quick one, and it revolves around the most famous name in NASCAR racing, Earnhardt Junior Motorsports. Now, this has been speculated for a long time. Would Junior Motorsports make the jump up to Cup? They have always said they want to, but they're not going to be able to do so in the near future unless the price goes down on them charters. And by the looks of it, it won't be very soon. However, Junior Motorsports will at least attempt to qualify for a Cup race, and it's of course for the Daytona 500. As the news broke just a little bit while ago that Junior Motorsports will field a car for this year's Daytona 500 with their driver Justin Allgaier, who just came off of winning his first Xfinity Championship at Phoenix back in November, and will compete in the number 40 entry. Now, the car that will be sponsored in this race will be headlined by 10-time Grammy award-winning artist Chris Stapleton and his whiskey brand Traveler Whiskey. Now, how did this deal come about? Well, it all stemmed from Chris Stapleton and Rick Hendrick. Those two have been good friends, and then Rick Hendrick got Dale Jr. involved with Chris Stapleton, got them connected, and since Rick Hendrick owns a small percentage of ownership in Junior Motorsports, the three started talking and will collaborate in entering a car for the Daytona 500 with Justin Allgaier behind the wheel. Now, in terms of the Rick Hendrick ownership, they will be using Hendrick engines, so you don't have to worry about that whole fifth car entry, although some people might say that it's a quote-unquote fifth Hendrick car. It will be majorly owned and looked over by Junior Motorsports, with Hendrick Motorsports just providing them with engines. Now, if you're hoping that this could possibly lead to Junior Motorsports being involved in more Cup Series races in the near future, don't get your hopes up. At this point in time, Junior has stated that they have no intention of competing in any other Cup races, at least for this season. They're just solely focusing on this one race, one attempt for the Daytona 500 in 2025. And I think that's a fair assessment. I mean, Junior Motorsports and Dale Jr. and Kelly Earnhardt specifically have talked about how when they want to make the move to Cup, they want it to make sense financially, not just do it just for the sake of doing it. But it is awesome to see Earnhardt in some capacity back in the Daytona 500, even if it's just as a car owner. It's also nice to see with Justin Allgaier. He's competed in, I believe, 2 previous Daytona 500s in the past, the last time being, I believe, in 2015 or 2016, which H. Scott Motorsports. Those did not go over so well, but it's nice to see with Justin Allgaier. It was such a popular win back in November in Phoenix when he finally got that first championship after being in the Xfinity Series for so long and being close for so long, and now having the opportunity to compete in the Daytona 500 in equipment that is capable of winning. We know how capable Hendrick engines are of winning. That collaboration with Hendrick Motorsports and Junior Motorsports will obviously be very, very important and could give Justin Allgaier a great opportunity of, who knows, maybe stealing the show and being a surprise winner and taking home the Harley J. Earl Trophy. And by the way, that woman beater, Cody Ware, he's back in the Cup Series full time in the 51 ride. If I'm Corey LaJoie, I'm going to be kind of pissed. You lost a ride to Cody Ware. Ouch. Anyways, let's take a look at the list for the Daytona 500 open cars now with this edition of the 40 car of Justin Allgaier. So at the moment, the 15 Rick Ware car that's still yet to be announced. Justin Allgaier colored in green, J.G. Yale in the 44. Amerivet Racing unlikely to compete in this race unless something major happens in the 50 ride. Anthony Alfredo, we know he'll be in the race, or let's just say attempt to compete in the race with Beard Motorsports. With Mike Wallace being kicked out of the Daytona 500, now NBN Motorsports is scrambling to find a driver and a sponsor, as that sponsor has left with Mike Wallace. BJ McLeod will return in the 78 ride for his own team. Jimmy Johnson's expected to return in the 84 car for the Daytona 500 with Legacy Motor Club. And again, Elliot Castroneves in the 91, and Marchick Jr. to be announced, but again, likely to be with Tricon Garage. So it looks like by this list, 45 cars will at least attempt to qualify for the Daytona 500. Again, Amerivet Racing unlikely, so it's kind of like a little asterisk there. Could be 46, but if 45 cars compete, again, like I said, that would be the biggest entry list for the Daytona 500 since 2015, and that is of course good news for NASCAR. You want as many cars as you can, try to compete for your biggest race. More cars, the merrier. It's going to make the duels much more interesting, and that's hey, the duels, say what you want. Even with Castroneves being locked in already, still Jimmy Johnson, Martin Truex Jr., now Justin Allgaier with Junior Motorsports. among many compiled with the young teams, the small teams trying to compete for the Daytona 500, is going to make the duels on Thursday that much more entertaining.
You can't tell me now about time. Do you know how many lines I done put down, vibes I done sent out? But we in here to dig. I'll up the market till they come red carpet the kids. Success still the target. Soon I'll be crossing that bridge, but can't bring everybody with me, family only. I got some people think I owe a favor, barely know me. That's why my focus on the road, it's all I know. I see them sticking close to play the wall.